In this video, we will continue talking about stars. Not only stars can be seen in the night sky, star clusters, nebulae, and galaxies can also be seen. However, most of these objects can't be seen in illuminated areas due to light pollution. Some of the solar system's planets can also be seen. Some of them shine even brighter than Sirius, which is the brightest star in the night sky. And even the Milky Way galaxy can be seen in the night sky in extremely dark locations. Now, let's speak about the Milky Way galaxy, which is the galaxy that contains the solar system. The Sun is located in one of the Milky Way galaxy's spiral arms. It takes around 230 million years for the Sun to complete one revolution around the Milky Way galaxy's center. The Milky Way galaxy is estimated to contain around 100 billion to 400 billion stars. The Milky Way galaxy has small satellite galaxies that revolve around it. For example, the Small Magellanic Cloud and the Large Magellanic Cloud. And in the center of the Milky Way galaxy lies a black hole known as Sagittarius A star. Back to the main topic of the video, stars. As mentioned in previous videos, stars are spherical nuclear fusion powered balls of gas and plasma. Stars are always much more massive than planets. And while some red dwarf stars are smaller than some gas giant planets, they are much more massive. Stars are massive enough for nuclear fusion to occur in their cores, but all gas giants are not. Nuclear fusion is a process where two nuclei merge together into one heavier nucleus. For example, two hydrogen nuclei merge together into one helium nucleus. Nuclear fusion requires extreme temperatures and pressures, which is why nuclear fusion occurs in stellar cores. The matter in the cores of stars is in the form of plasma, meaning that electrons and protons are separated. The energy produced by nuclear fusion balances the gravitational force of the star, maintaining the star in a state of equilibrium. Since nuclear fusion occurs in a star's core, it is much hotter than the surface. For example, the Sun's core has a temperature of around 15 million degrees Celsius. On the other hand, the Sun's surface has a temperature of around 5.5 thousand degrees Celsius. Similar to the Sun, some stars have planets. Proxima Centauri is an M-type red dwarf. It has a planet known as Proxima Centauri b, and it is only 4.25 light years away from the Sun. Proxima Centauri is a part of a triple star system known as Alpha Centauri. It also includes Alpha Centauri A and Alpha Centauri b. Alpha Centauri A has the same spectral type as the Sun, being a G2 type star. However, it is larger than the Sun. On the other hand, Alpha Centauri b is smaller than the Sun. It is a K1 type star. Proxima Centauri is a small red dwarf which is an M6 type star. Another star with a planetary system is known as TRAPPIST-1. TRAPPIST-1 has a planetary system consisting of 7 rocky planets. It is around 39.5 light years away from the Sun. TRAPPIST-1 is a small red dwarf star. Its spectral type is M8. Next, let's talk about star clusters. Star clusters are divided into two main categories: open clusters and globular clusters. First, open clusters. Examples of open clusters include the Pleiades and the Beehive cluster. Open clusters generally appear brighter from Earth's sky. For example, the Pleiades is the brightest cluster in the night sky. Unlike globular clusters, the stars in open clusters are not gravitationally bound to each other, and will eventually float away from each other after millions of years. Unlike globular clusters, open clusters consist of a few tens to a few thousands of stars. Now, we are going to talk about globular clusters. The Hercules globular cluster is one of the brightest globular clusters visible from Earth, with a magnitude of 5.7, making it about as faint as the faintest stars visible with the naked eye, only it's spread over a wider area, making it harder to see. Unlike open clusters, globular clusters contain hundreds of thousands to millions of stars. For example, the Hercules globular cluster contains around 300,000 stars. Else than the Hercules globular cluster, which is also known as M13, there is also M10, M15, and M9. Stars are extremely far away from the Earth, meaning that it's extremely hard to get an image of any star that looks like anything but a dot. Even when stars are large enough and close enough to be imaged, these images do not contain much surface details, meaning that any extremely detailed image of a star is just not real. Now, let's talk about some special stars. 1. Sirius. It is the brightest star in the night sky. It orbits in a binary system with a white dwarf, and it is larger, hotter, and brighter than the Sun. 2. Betelgeuse. It is one of the brightest stars in the night sky. It is a red supergiant star, and it is expected to end its life by exploding as a supernova. 3. Rigel. It is one of the brightest stars in the night sky. It's extremely hot and bright, and it orbits in a star system with some other stars. 4. Arcturus. It is one of the brightest stars in the night sky. It is a red giant star, which causes it to be only a little bit more massive than the Sun. However, it is much bigger, and it's moving very rapidly relative to the Sun. 5. Kepler 186. This star has 5 known planets. It is a red dwarf with a spectral type of M1, and it has an Earth-sized planet in the habitable zone, known as Kepler 186f. And lastly, let's talk about galaxies. As previously mentioned, the solar system is located in one of the spiral arms of the Milky Way galaxy. Galaxies consist of hundreds of millions to hundreds of billions of stars. The Milky Way is located in a galactic group known as the Local Group, which also includes the Andromeda Galaxy and the Triangulum Galaxy. And we have reached the end of the video. Bye, see you next time.